Okay, welcome back, America, to your Cable Data Science channel. This is Sunday afternoon, October the 17th, and because it is Sunday, that means you get special U.S. You get three first on reports. That's right today, because it's Sunday. You get three reports for the price of one today. Okay, you get some. So of course you get the daily numbers, the vaccine number, but the third report is a place where we use statistical methods like box plots and histograms to try to understand the data a little bit. Okay, so let's start with the histograms. Okay, okay, okay. So first let's look at cases here. Now, what's interesting is the 2021 seem to have well, first of all, first quartile, median, and second quartile. Okay. So what you can see here, what's interesting, you seem to have a lot more outliers uh, in 2020 we did in 2021. I was just sort of curious, but we had a lot more cases in 2020 again. Okay, again the median number and so forth. Because this should be 0.75, this should be 0.50. Okay, so that's the first report we got. Let's take a look at the histogram for cases. Okay, so the dashed lines are the plus and minus one standard deviation. Okay, the green line is median. The red line is the average number of cases, or mean. Is the mathematical mean, as we like to say. Uh, so you can see here, even we got this long climb up here. I think we still have a unimodal uh, left skewed, right skewed distribution. Okay, unimodal, unsymmetric, uh, and again, what's interesting is with the number skewed to the right, that pulls the average to the right of the median. Same way 2020, 21. Okay, so let's zoom in and take a look at deaths. Again, you can see the difference between the median. Okay, a much larger number to the right. Interesting enough, if you look at this as a density plot, it would go up, come all the way down with a few outliers over here. But yet, once again, the 2021 deaths seem to have more outliers. Okay, although the deaths are closer to 2021 in terms of the total size, but it's nonetheless more outliers over here. One more plot. This is histograms. Again, this is a reference. The dashed lines are plus or minus one standard deviation. The red line is is a mean or average. The green line is median. Again, a unimodal, right skewed. Uh, I'm still going to say if you drop a wet noodle over here, they'll come down to here. Okay, right skewed. Uh, but over here, 2021, similar situation, unimodal, unsymmetric, right skewed. Okay. So anyway, that's just a little statistical information for some of you statistical aficionados out there. Okay. Let's take a look at our vaccine rollout now. I don't know why some of these organizations like the UN or the World Health Organization or people like that are trying to browbeat countries like America into giving away our vaccines. What our still people our people are still our own people are still suffering. Now, the people who should be giving away the vaccine are the people who are over 75%. Like Portugal, for instance. Okay, Portugal is like 75% vaccination rate. Well, guess what? It's time for them to give away some of their vaccine. Now, if they got their numbers under control, when America gets our numbers under control, then we can start thinking about giving away vaccine. But at this point, our numbers are way too high. As you'll see in a moment, our daily numbers are still way too high to be giving away vaccine. Now, the caveat would be the vaccine administration goes flat and people start getting the vaccine. Okay? At that point, we can see if the U.S. citizens don't want the vaccine, then we can't give it away. But I don't think we're to the point where the vaccinations are flat. It's completely flattened out. Okay? This is total vaccinations, cumulative total in the U.S. So 40.7 million doses, 407 million doses have been administered. People vaccinated. Again, this should be, so you can see here, we have seen a flattening. We had this big steep increase in vaccinations, big pushback here. Now the numbers are flattening off a little bit, but still only 218 million out of 326 million people have been vaccinated once. And only 108 million out of 326 million have been fully vaccinated. What's that give us for numbers? Well, this means that 65.4% of the U.S. population have received at least one shot. Okay. And 56.5% have received the full treatment, whatever that full treatment is. Okay. But it's still the number of people who haven't been vaccinated, based on the number of cases that continue to be reported. Okay. Continue to be reported. Okay. I think once you see the numbers, you understand what my positions were at. It isn't time for America to start giving away vaccine. Okay. And this one note about the COVID-19 numbers. What's interesting is that COVID-19 numbers, unlike diseases for, say, cancer and heart disease, are measured from the very first case and the very first death. Okay, cancer and heart disease is measured 1 year at a time. Okay, so this means since January 2021, we've had roughly 45 million cases. And since the very end of February 2020, we've had 724,000 plus cases. Now, we're currently averaging 70,958 cases per day, which works out to a 365-day period, 25.9 million. Now, to suggest that we should, with 70,000 cases a day, to suggest that we should give away our vaccine is absolutely ridiculous. When we get this down, to less than 1,000 per day, maybe we can start talking. But at this point, it's ridiculous. Why should we put our people's life at risk in order to care for some other country? At the secular level, that makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, and we're currently averaging, so that's 25 million. We're currently averaging 1,215 cases per day, which works out to 443,000 deaths over the next over the next 365 days. So again, to sit there and say to a country it's at a pace to have 443,000 deaths per year a disease to give away their vaccine is ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay? Now let's take a look at the current year's numbers. The current year's number, we see a long declining pattern down to July. Then we had this spike up here to maybe early September, early August. Then numbers begin to fall back down again. And the question is, how many of these people this year were vaccinated? And how many of these people over here were vaccinated? Okay? So what we can see here is this long declining pattern in deaths and a big increase over here. Now, how many of these people were vaccinated? And if you go say this is Delta variant, then let's see the test results. Let's actually see the test results for Delta variant. Okay. Now, in all honesty, it's possible that our world in data may have that data. Okay. But we can see here the number of cases over here has doubled, has not doubled, but has passed 2021 COVID-19 cases. Now the question is, how many people were vaccinated, and what's the distribution? We already saw what the distribution is for these numbers back up above. We'll see it again in a moment. Deaths have also passed 2020, but how many of these people were vaccinated? Again, what's the distribution over time of these numbers? Now, so if we come here, we look only at July to July for the 12-month period ending July 2021. You see an increase in the fall and a decrease in the spring. And now the fall again, the numbers started to climb, but now they're starting to decline again. Okay. Same way with deaths, an increase in the fall, a decline in the summer, and an increase in the fall again. Now these are the numbers, the cases for the fourth quarter of 2020, by quarter for the last, 6 quarters. And you can see that the third quarter 2021 was the third highest quarter so far for cases. And the same thing with deaths, unfortunately. The third quarter of 2021 was the third highest deaths for any quarter so far. Now, if we come over here and we zoom in, we can see we had a spike back up here on September the 7th at 277,028 cases. But on October 16th, the number fallen down to 31,555 cases, with an average of 90,352 cases per day. What about deaths? Well, again, you can see this increase up here, and you get this long declining pattern in deaths, going from late to winter to spring, to midsummer. But you can see up here on September the 16th, that number, that's a second spike at 3,468 deaths for a single day. But back down here, the number has fallen to 399 deaths per day, with an average death of 1,668 deaths per day. We take a look at the weekly numbers. You can see again the long declining pattern down to July, then an increase over several weeks, a couple months for July, followed by a 3, 5, 6 week decline in COVID-19 cases. So you can see this here, this long declining pattern down to July of 2021, followed by an increase here again. Monthly cases, we can see here that monthly cases, August, September were not good months. Okay, and August was not a particularly good month either. So we come down here, we say how many people per 100,000 have COVID-19? Well, right now that's number's roughly 25 people per 100,000. Now, what about people dying from COVID-19? Well, that number is a little more fun because according to the numbers here, right now, for every 100,000 people, 1/2 of one person is dying from COVID-19. Okay? So anyway, U.S. America, that does conclude your report for today, and it also wraps up all of my reports for today also. So again, thanks so much for your time, America. We'll catch you tomorrow with an updated report.